Hi friends, today we're making an Indonesian classic called the Nasi Campur. It's not a single dish, but a composition. A scoop of rice surrounded by a variety of small plant-based sides, often prepared with seasonal and regional ingredients. This version is reimagined with modern science in mind, built around whole, unprocessed foods that support metabolic health and help manage type 2 diabetes. Let's dive into what we'll be making. The base of our dish will be red or brown rice, full of complex carbohydrates and rich in fiber. These slow the release of glucose in the bloodstream and support a healthy gut microbiome, which plays a critical role in insulin regulation. Red beans offer a low-fat source of plant protein and soluble fiber, which help regulate blood sugar and reduce LDL cholesterol. Beans also help you feel full for longer, which can make it easier to maintain a healthy weight. Colorful, non-starchy vegetables like bok choy and green beans are high in micronutrients and antioxidants. These help reduce oxidative stress and support stable blood sugar. We will be making a tomato chili-based condiment called sambal, made without oil or salt. Capsaicin, the compound that gives chili its heat, may boost metabolism and help support fat oxidation. The tomatoes add lycopene, which benefits heart health. Tempeh is a fermented soy food native to Indonesia. It's rich in probiotics, complete protein, and minerals like magnesium and manganese, all important for insulin sensitivity, blood sugar control, and muscle balance. I'm excited to be using a tempeh that I home fermented for this dish. Now let's get started with the cooking. Right off the bat, we're gonna measure out 1 cup of our red or brown rice. We're gonna cook our rice as we cook our other side dishes, hopefully timing it out so right when the rice is done, we have our side dishes completed as well. So go ahead, measure out 1 cup of your dry rice, rinse it well. Once you have your rinsed rice, go ahead and measure 1 cup of vegetable broth, add that to the rice, and then 1 cup of water. Now place that on the stovetop and put on a medium heat. As that heats up, we're gonna zest about 1/4 of a lime and then squeeze a slice of lime juice into the pot. Go ahead, give that a stir and bring to a boil. Once boiling, go ahead and reduce the heat to a simmer, cover the pot, and set a timer for 30 minutes to check on it later. Now it's time to start cooking our first side dish, which is going to be Balinese spiced red kidney beans. We'll start with 2 cloves of garlic. Go ahead and crush, remove the skin, and then mince down finely. Now go ahead and remove the skin of 1 thumb of a ginger root. Go ahead, chop the thumb off, and then mince finely. For the red onion, go ahead, chop off the head of the onion, remove the skin, chop the onion in half, and then slice finely. Once you have those thin slices, go ahead and cut them right down the middle. Now go ahead and set your aromatics off to the side. Next will be a date. Go ahead and de-pit the date and then mince finely. Now go ahead and take 1 handful of cilantro and chop it up. Next we'll be using the lime we zested over the rice. Go ahead and cut it into quarters and remove any seeds. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the cilantro to a blender, add in the dates, squeeze the lime, add in about 2 tablespoons of vegetable stock, about a teaspoon of chili flakes, and then blend until smooth. I'm using an immersion blender, but really any blender should do the trick here. Next, we're gonna crack open our can of kidney beans, drain, and then rinse. If you have a strainer, it makes it a whole lot easier, but if you don't, go ahead, add some water, give it a shake, and pour out the juice. Do that several times, and you'll have some clean beans. All right, time to cook. Go ahead, warm a pan up to medium heat. Throw in about 1/8 cup of water, and then you're gonna water saute your aromatics for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once those aromatics are sauteed and your room is smelling delicious, go ahead and add in the red beans. Give it a stir to integrate with the aromatics. Once integrated, go ahead, throw in your sauce and give it another stir. Now while you're stirring, you can go ahead and mash some of those red beans, and it's going to add a nice texture to the dish once fully cooked. And keep cooking for about 3 to 4 additional minutes. Now go ahead and throw those cooked beans into a bowl and set off to the side. And now to cook our second dish, a warm sauteed salad. We'll start off with our carrot. Go ahead, chop off both ends, peel the carrot, chop into manageable sized pieces, slice off one side creating a flat surface, and then slice the carrot thinly. Now go ahead and stack those thin slices and then slice again lengthwise to create your julienne carrot. Up next are green beans. Go ahead, chop off the ends and then chop into bite-sized pieces. And now set your green beans and carrots off to the side. To prep our bok choy, go ahead, chop off the end, stack your leaves, slice down the middle, and then chop down the stems and leaves. Now it's time to water saute the vegetables. Go ahead, add about an 1/8 cup of water, add in your carrots and green beans, and give that a stir. Let your carrots and green beans simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes, then add in your bok choy. Give it a stir and spice with black pepper. After peppering the salad, give it another stir, cook for about another minute, and then set the salad off to the side. Now it's time to cook the next side dish, which is a balsamic glazed tempeh. I'm using a home fermented tempeh here. I'm super excited about this. If you're interested in learning how to ferment tempeh, let me know and I will create a recipe for it. Anyway, go ahead and slice your tempeh into pieces as shown. Since I did not have balsamic vinegar, I'm using a little trick to mix a date and rice vinegar, giving a similar flavor profile that a balsamic vinegar would. Go ahead, mince that date, or if you have balsamic vinegar, go ahead and skip this step, and then chop up your bird's eye chili. Next will be a clove of garlic. Go ahead, press the garlic, remove the skin, and mince finely. Now we're gonna blend together our chili and balsamic vinegar, or rice vinegar and date if you do not have balsamic vinegar. Either way, measure out about an 1/8 cup of your vinegar, about a teaspoon of pepper, and about a teaspoon of basil leaves. Now go ahead and blend until smooth. Again, I'm using an immersion blender, but any blender should do the trick. Now it's time to cook. Go ahead and add about 1/8 cup of water to a pan over medium heat. Add in your garlic as an aromatic. Cook that for about 2 minutes and then go ahead and add your tempeh slices. Once your tempeh slices are in the pan, pour that balsamic glaze over the tempeh. And now we're gonna steam saute in the balsamic glaze for about 2 minutes on each side or until golden brown. If the pan ever starts drying out, go ahead and add a little bit of water or vegetable stock to moisturize the pan. Once golden brown, go ahead and set your tempeh off to the side. Now for our last side dish, we're gonna make a chili tomato-based sambal. Go ahead and quarter your tomato, de-pit and mince your date, and mince your bird's eye chili. You can use as much or as little as you want. Traditionally, they do use quite a bit of chili, but I'm kind of a wimp. So go ahead and add those ingredients to a blender. Add in about a teaspoon of basil leaves, a teaspoon of paprika, and blend until smooth. Now go ahead and set that off to the side. Now don't forget about your rice. After about 40 to 45 minutes, your red rice should be ready. Go ahead, give it a fluff, and set it off to the side. Drum roll, please. We have our balsamic glaze tempeh. We have our steamed vegetables. We have our Bali seasoned red beans. We have our red rice. We have our tomato chili based sambal. And we have a pickled vegetable dish called akar, which is the second recipe that was released this week. Now to plate the Nasi Campur, go ahead and start off with the red rice at the center of the plate. Then plating the Bali seasoned red beans. Next, I'm plating the sauteed vegetables. Now we'll lay down a few strips of our balsamic glazed tempeh. Top it with a bit of our sambal. And then top everything with a bit of our akar. And there we have it, folks. This is a healing plate of Nasi Campur, a complete plant-based meal made with whole ingredients, simple, nourishing, and effective. Enjoy.